And good morning. I got my honey bunches of cold brew. There's adventurous donkeys roaming the streets, and a bridge collapsed in Baltimore.
That's a lot.
We'll talk about a little bit of that and maybe some more right after this. And we're back.
Love the music.
Good morning.
It's very peppy.
So I know I put you on the spot, Lauren, but the donkey, what's going on with the donkey?
I don't really know.
There's a donkey issue.
So there's a donkey situation in Fordland, and I don't know.
Does it sing?
I don't think it sings.
Apparently it's adventurous. Maybe one of our loyal viewers can fill us in.
Can anybody fill us in on the donkey situation in Fordland?
We're just
Donkey.
curious.
Donkey.
Maybe
Good morning,
we can help.
Beth.
Hey,
Good morning,
there's
Beth.
Beth,
do you know
us
about the donkey
yeah,
situation?
Let us know.
Which winter is this? I don't know, but I'm tired of winter. I don't like this part of spring.
Yeah, this is frozen mud season.
I got to coach. I got to coach a game tonight. I'm going to have my warm stuff on. Not looking.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to wear ski goggles. That's where I'm at. Like, I just don't want to be cold coaching tonight. Like, I just want my whole body covered. I'm at that stage of old man. Like, I used to not get cold, and now I'm just like that cold old person.
Oh, we used to tease my dad. We probably still should tease him about this, like call him Dr. Freeze. We're like, oh, you cold, Dr. Freeze? Like,
Always bundled
I'm cold.
up. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
my dad's like that.
That'll be
I think
terrible.
it's circulation.
What a rude awakening to walk outside this morning.
Golly, we got a bunch of rain too, which we needed the
Yeah,
rain.
yeah, we'll take the
did.
rain.
We'll take the rain, but holy guacamole, it's chilly.
Jiminy.
It's chilly, very
Yeah.
chilly. I've got several listing pictures today, so and
Well, that's
some of that
exciting.
includes a drone. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I mean, I think the sun's supposed to come out at some point,
That would be good.
but it's going to be cold.
Fingers crossed for sun.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is the nice thing about my job. It's primarily indoors.
yeah.
You're a great indoorsman.
Yeah, I am. Great indoors.
Great endorsement. Oh, okay. Well, tell us about what you got there.
Oh, yeah. So
What you got there?
I picked this up at Story Coffee this morning. It's a refillable bottle of honey bunches of cold brew.
Sorry,
So
I got distracted.
This was
by
like a really popular cold brew drink. So it's
Yeah.
cold brew coffee,
Yep.
milk and honey. Tastes like honey bunches.
like Honey Bunches of
Yeah, we won't say it because they don't pay us.
Yeah,
Endorse
it's
Yeah.
it's
No
good
problem.
medicine. If you're thinking that looks like a medicine bottle, that's the good stuff.
But you pick up the bottle for I think $11,
Yep.
and then you can bring it back and refill it. for
Refill
That's
it.
cool.
Yep.
So it's kind of like those Silver City mugs.
Yep.
That,
That was I mean, everybody loved that drink when we introduced it last year
I'll
or
have to
whenever.
I'll have
So
to get
it's
some.
yeah, if you've not had Honey Bunches of Cold Brew, you are missing out.
I feel like
Now
I
you have a way
did
to take
have
it home.
Back then, it was delicious and amazing. Beth did state she was on Donkey Watch. She did not see the donkeys.
okay.
I
Is
believe
it
we had
escaped
loose
donkey?
donkeys. I
Is
think
that
they
it?
were escaped. Roving bands of donkeys.
So we're not talking one donkey.
I think there were two.
Okay. I didn't know if we were talking about an entire herd.
I think it was two.
Is it a herd when we're talking about donkeys?
I don't know.
It's a great question.
Yeah, I don't.
Also, we need a highly educated donkey expert and
fill
to
us in on
discuss
the terminology.
on
Yeah.
the donkeys situation.
Well,
Well, that sounds good. I'm gonna have
Sounds
to get some
exciting.
cold brew. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Well-
it's tasty stuff. So
And it will be warm again. So if you're thinking cold brew on a cold day, doesn't sound all right.
yeah.
I think it's gonna be like 70 degrees this weekend.
Yeah,
isn't it?
we're going the right direction.
Oh, it's gonna be Easter this weekend.
Yes,
you have
it
Easter
is.
plans? I bet you do.
Yeah, well, sorta.
You doing anything for Easter?
I'm working
Yeah.
security for the 2 Saturday night services.
Yeah. Holy
And then I'm
moly.
taking Sunday off to just with the family.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's
When you
good.
say off, you still
Oh, you're
attend,
good.
right? Like you just, or you just
We won't be at church.
Oh, really?
That's
yeah, we
nice.
won't be at church.
doing your own Easter thing. Okay.
Yeah,
All
we're,
right.
well,
Cool.
we've got 2 services Saturday night, so that'll be our Easter.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Very cool.
So
Yeah, it's
our
it's
gig.
you know, for me it's a big
kind of-
day.
it's a big
Yeah.
day.
I mean, we don't no added services or anything like that. Just our 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock worship services. But yeah, we're real excited about it. This Sunday at Story Church, our kids are going through a journey to the cross
Cool.
for their kind of Sunday school time, Story Kids time, and then when service is over, rather than what we've done in the past is like an Easter egg hunt, they're actually going to go get their parents and guide their parents through the journey to the cross with different stations
Oh,
and what
that's a
have you.
great
So
idea.
They'll
Oh,
get
yeah.
trinkets, and it will be as good as getting all the Easter eggs because they will also
Very
get
nice.
candy and all that. So
Very
yeah,
nice.
it'll be a fun time. But I love Holy Week.
Yeah.
Palm Sunday was awesome. Now we journey to the cross this week. Good Friday service this Friday night at 6, and
Good stuff.
yeah. So it's kind of the biggest week in
The big show.
in the Christian world.
it's like
so
the World Series.
yeah.
Yeah. Big deal.
I was going to say the World Cup, or you
Oh
know.
well, sure you were.
Because like soccer, it's around the world. You know, it's
Yeah.
not just an
That's-
American
that's
thing.
A good point.
Yeah,
I still remember. I think it was I don't know how many years ago that I texted you the verse. You know about the end times when the abomination is in the temple. You know, you remember texting me that verse, and it was because there was a soccer game at Busch Stadium.
Oh yes,
Oh,
yeah.
I was
Okay, I
like,
do
where
remember
is
that.
Will
Yeah,
going with this?
yeah.
That's funny.
I've forgotten that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember who played in
When
that game.
is
Blocked
opening
it
day?
out.
Has that happened yet?
Yes, it's a week. So actually, L.A. and San Diego played a game. Where were they? Was it over in Japan or somewhere?
What the
They, you
what?
know, all the sports are doing this now, where they
They got to go
start the
someplace.
season on another continent, trying to stir up. You know.
Since that's going to get
The
your
hate
marketing
base.
amongst their own
your-
fans.
That's going to get your base rallied
Yeah,
out.
right, exactly. Yeah, so the base fans are all annoyed because
Yeah.
you know they
They
have
gotta
to get up
watch
at
at a
2
weird
a.m.
time.
Yeah, to watch their favorite
It's
team
like
play
the
on
politicians, though. You know, they know these people are going to vote for them no matter what.
Right,
So when
yeah.
they're campaigning,
If I-
they say
yeah.
all this stuff that they don't mean to get the people that wouldn't vote for them to vote for them.
Right.
Because they know that their base
Yeah.
is going to vote for them
Yeah.
anyway.
man.
So forget the base. Let's try to get the fringes that don't care.
Well, they lost me when they put in the designated hitter rule in the National League.
Oh, I know. I really have lost a lot of traction with baseball.
It's not as fun to watch.
I've
It's
just
not.
dropped off. The Cardinals are making some real weird decisions.
Yeah.
I'm just
It's
and to me
tough.
it all seems designed to sell merchandise.
Hey, Beth, that's a great.
Oh, you're saved near Easter, so it's extra special.
That is
maybe.
extra
That's
special.
wonderful, Beth. It's good stuff.
Nothing greater than that.
Very good stuff.
Resurrection on Resurrection Day. Beautiful.
Good stuff.
Love it.
I feel like Easter has snuck up on us because it's early this
Yeah.
year, and this is a very busy week. There's lots of stuff going on. There's a book fair and family night at the elementary school, and there's just lots. The Wildcat Closet is open tonight, so there's lots going on this week. And I'm like, oh no, I got Easter stuff I got to get lined up.
Yeah.
Where's the ham? Somebody's got to brine that ham. I'm doing a fresh ham this year, so
Nice.
I need to brine it, and I'm way behind on figuring all of that out. So, whatever. I'm not going to stress, though, because that's not what Easter's
No,
about.
yeah. If your Easter plans are causing you stress, you need to rethink your Easter plans.
Yeah,
right?
so I'm not going to
Celebration.
let that bother me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it is. It's an exciting week, and hopefully we have some nice weather over the weekend. I haven't really looked at the forecast. I think I'm planning on playing golf on Saturday, so I think it's going to be nice. I really don't know.
I think it is supposed to be nice Saturday.
No.
I haven't played golf in over 20 years.
I'm back. Brittany's
back.
I do love that.
That's awesome.
I love the Brittany's back.
Brittany's back.
Brittany is one of those girls, women, I should say, that you relate to. Everybody can relate to because everybody has that friend or person they know that is a Brittany, where you're just
Or
like,
you were the Brittany. Yeah.
or you were the. I wasn't the Brittany, but I mean,
You don't know who the Brittany was in your friend group.
yeah,
You were the Brittany.
You were the Brittany. Like who?
Yeah.
Everybody's
Oh,
got
man.
a Brittany in their life.
At one point in life, it was fun.
Just a hot mess. Yeah, yeah. Bless her heart.
The one that makes you feel better about yourself.
So anyway, Brittany's back. I'm playing golf, and it's been wonderful.
Good for you.
Yeah, I played when I was young, started real young, and then I remember driving back from the golf course with my dad. I wasn't driving, he was, and being like, oh, I'm 10 now. So I was at least playing golf before I was 10, and then played one season in high school because it didn't work out with other sports, and then took a hiatus, played for a while, had kids, took a 9-year break from golf.
Yeah.
And then Jesse's like, Lauren, you need to start playing golf again because I want to play more golf.
And I love that. I mean, because you said, okay, we had kids.
Yeah.
And that just happens. And that's a cyclical thing.
We can
and
talk about why that happens later.
Kids really like that.
It doesn't really just happen. But.
I mean, I didn't mean it in that sense, but I see what you're saying and yada, yada, yada.
It is.
They gnoskoed each other, and
there is nothing like offspring.
that's Greek for knew each other. Yada is also new in the Hebrew, so yada, yada, yada. They gnosko. Yeah, that was my joke on Sunday morning.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I was thinking Seinfeld.
Yeah, it was. Seinfeld worked in with a little Hebrew and Greek. So if you're a Seinfeld and a Bible scholar,
wow.
I got you. That
was those worlds intersect. All 5 of those people.
One guy is like, oh, yeah, that's me.
Oh, that's funny.
Brittany's back.
So yeah, but now you're in that spot. Like that is a fun stage where, because when you have littles,
oh Lord,
you're in a kind of prison.
It's a
happy prison.
It's a happy
the warden,
prison, but you're there.
Just the warden, and
the
but
inmates
at
are
some
nuts.
point, at some point you wake up and you're like, we can leave the house.
Yeah.
We can do things that we used to do.
And you're like, oh, I'm going to go play golf. Oh, I haven't played golf in 9 years. And you're like, how did that happen?
I forgot. I like golf, and
golf is
you go
fun.
play, yeah.
You got me thinking about that.
And you're not as angry now playing golf as,
No, totally different golfer. And I'm not even joking. Here's my opinion about golf. I walked out on the course for the first time after not playing for a long time. And I was like, you know what?
Smelled the cut grass.
Smelled it. I was like, fertilizer. I'm not going to get mad. I was like, there's no reason
Why would I?
for me to get mad.
Nobody's asking you to make a grilled cheese sandwich.
No,
So-
exactly. And the girls have been playing with us, and as in more riding in the cart and occasionally hitting. They're doing a great job. They love it. They're
Cool.
really enjoying it,
Cool.
just like I did as a kid.
That's fun.
'Cause I love being outside, and I thought I am blessed to be able to go out on the golf course.
Yeah. Not everybody can say that.
Not everybody can say that. Not everybody has the time.
Yep.
Not everybody has. And there's all kinds of different price points of golf, right?
Sure.
If you want to play
I'm
golf.
a Horton Smith kind of guy.
Yeah,
You know?
if you want to play golf, you can play golf. I ain't playing in Highland Springs.
When I played, I loved playing Siler's Shady Acres.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
You guys remember Siler?
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but just the fact that it's called Shady Acres is
It was
awesome.
great. It was almost like playing pinball golf because there was a lot of rocks.
Yeah.
That's
You were kind of there wasn't really any fairways
Yeah.
that I would say. It was pretty much a pasture.
Yeah.
That's how Oakwood Estates was in Houston. I grew up on. Like, it was not unusual for sparks to
I'm in the
fly.
rough. No, that's the fairway.
That's it.
Oh.
I just hit a rock.
Feels like the rough.
You would hit the rocks and
Yeah.
bing, boom.
Took a chunk out of my iron. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's no reason to get mad because I am so lucky to have the time and the ability to be out here playing golf.
Yeah, it's good
That's
perspective.
the position I've taken, and I've enjoyed the heck out of it. And like I don't really keep score. Jesse keeps score for me sometimes. And if I start doing bad, I'm like, stop writing it down. Like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Just give me a bogey on that
Yeah,
one.
I don't want to know.
I'll take
but
the bogey.
It's been awesome. So,
Yeah.
and it's something fun to do with kids. And,
Good for you.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
good.
Like I said, I haven't played in 20 years, and I gave it up because I'm like, I don't want to spend 4 or 5 hours this way.
I still struggle with
I thought you were going to say money. I'm like, dude, you're just spending money on shotgun shells now. So
Well,
whatever.
I understand that. Yeah. But no, it was really just like I'm blowing a whole half a day.
I am a 9-hole golfer.
Yeah,
I
and
don't.
maybe that's
18 is too much time for me. It's kind of like I don't want to go watch a 3-hour or 4-hour movie. I'm like, I'll watch it at home, but I don't want to watch it at the theater. So
Yeah, you can break it up at home.
Yeah, so I'm a 9-hole golfer. I lose interest.
Boy, Lauren, you're making this sound better all the time.
I gotta play some golf.
You just got to think about it differently now.
Play
Yeah.
9 holes. And,
Oh yeah, there's no. I don't know why everybody's
don't
like,
keep score.
yeah, just go out and enjoy being outside. It's the
Well-
bee's
Well,
knees.
that's the tough part, right?
Really?
Yeah.
You're not going to keep score? I don't know.
Yeah.
You lost me there.
That was like,
no, I'm
we're
a
gonna
Vince
play golf.
Lombardi fan as well.
Everybody gets a ribbon.
oh.
Oh goodness.
It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. How come they keep score, Vince
Yeah.
Lombardi?
So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing this weekend. And
Good for you.
I'll
That's
figure
great.
at some point the ham and the eggs and all that stuff. So
I need to get out in the garden. Emma, where are you?
Where's Emma?
Emma, where are you? I need
People have
some
been
plants.
asking. I mean, they're
Emma?
ready.
Brittany being
Emma?
back,
We're ready.
she's not a Brittany.
Hey,
but
tough girl. Hey, tough girl. Yeah, she's definitely not a
Not a
Brittany.
Brittany.
Never been a
We
Brittany.
got a little
Yeah.
Probably
logo
doesn't know
right
who
there on
Brittany
the
is.
screen.
Emma is the friend that gives Brittany the dirty looks. Like,
Yeah, like-
Brittany, what are you doing? Brittany, stop.
Brittany,
Brittany,
come
come
on.
back. Brittany, get in the car. Brittany, don't go there. Don't go there, Brittany.
Don't
Back
shake
it
your
up,
head.
Brittany. Back it up.
Oh, goodness. Emma's opening, though. I've seen her date on the Outpost, and I can't think of what it is off the top of my head, but I am excited because I had to tear out all of the landscaping on the front of my house because we had a foundation
Oh, yeah,
fix. And so I was playing it back, and I'm like, I feel like I need some other things in here, but
Yeah.
We watched I started like looking for movies to watch at home.
Yeah.
Just like some potentially non-offensive, entertaining movies. But maybe something we hadn't seen. And so I found two over the weekend. One was really good.
okay.
The other one was good, but in kind of like a Napoleon Dynamite kind of way.
I love it.
I love
Sometimes,
Napoleon
sometimes you
Dynamite.
just need
It
that.
wasn't as good as Napoleon Dynamite,
Yeah.
but it was in that vein. So I picked
Yeah.
picked these movies because of the actors that were in them and the
Okay.
movies I'd never seen.
Okay.
So
Yep.
the first one we watched had Steve Martin, Jack Black, and Owen Wilson, and it was called The Big Year.
Oh,
Year.
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I love those
know.
three. I'll go watch it. Was it
That's
good?
It was good. It was really good. I really
How'd
liked
that
it.
fly under the radar?
It was all about bird watching.
Oh,
Oh, I
Believe
remember
it or
that.
not.
That sparked a memory.
Yeah.
I've not seen it, but I remember
Yeah,
that.
it was really good. But then the other one we picked was not as good. It was like a 2023, so it had some, stuff
Yeah.
in it I didn't
Yeah,
care about.
insert-
Didn't- they were
yeah,
making their
insert the narrative.
they did their virtue signaling to
Oh,
all of
gotcha.
the groups they have to. But it was really entertaining. It was called what was it called? I'll have to look it up. Owen Wilson. Basically, it's a caricature of Bob Ross. So it's Owen Wilson, like picture Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Being
Got
Bob
the,
Ross?
got the fro.
Fluffy Fro.
And he's like stuck in the 70s, so he's got the big van, and he's just all the painting, and do this, and does the
Interesting.
painting. And he's got like groupies.
So is he Bob Ross?
No. But, I mean, he's Bob Ross,
Clearly
but that's not his
based
name.
off
His
of-
name
Yeah.
is something else, but it's clearly based
Clearly
off
Bob?
of Bob Ross, yeah.
Bob Ross is kind of an
And it was an
interesting
okay
guy.
movie. It was an okay movie. I'll have to figure out what that was.
Bob Ross. That show was so good to turn on if you just want to take a nap. Just
Well,
turn that on and let his voice just kind of soothe you to
Allegedly,
sleep.
he is the inventor, accidentally, of the whole ASMR stuff.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's auto sensory response. It's
Oh.
where it's like some people, if you can like watch YouTube videos that are intended to trigger this response.
Yes,
think that
I know what you're talking
high
about.
energy entrepreneurial people are immune, so I don't.
Yeah, I
it doesn't
don't.
work
Oh,
for me.
so it won't work for me.
I don't think
Yeah,
it'll
I
work
don't
for
think it'll
you.
work for
Okay.
me.
But like, but people that are like, and it like your brain starts tingling and you're like get all fuzzy and you should go in this like heightened state of relaxation. It's almost like being hypnotized. So it sounds like to me.
Interesting. It just puts me to sleep.
Good morning,
I'll
Shauna.
just take a nap.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I've yet to find
Hey, Shauna.
I've yet to find something that just lulls me to sleep.
Golf does for me.
I like
That's
to
my
wa-
favorite Sunday afternoon. I'm going to take a
Oh,
nap.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't get into golf. Like I played a little.
You're
I
not, like,
enjoy
invested in
I'm
it.
not invested in it. So just the soothing commentators, and I can turn it down just kind of at that perfect noise level,
Yeah.
and that volume level, and then I'll just start watching it. And then my eyes shut, and I'm
There you
45
go.
minutes later.
And
I've
you're
had
like-
a great power nap.
And you're like, blessings.
Yeah,
You wake up, it's
it's
like, I feel
great.
good.
Oh, it's called Paint.
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 There you
Okay,
go.
well,
That makes sense.
That was way
His
way
name
obvious.
is Carl in that.
I think the new Ghostbusters movie has come out, and
I need to see that. I haven't seen the new one.
I don't know anything about the new one other than I think they're back in New York, or like I don't know if they call it New York in the movie. I'm not real sure, but because I loved the last one that they did. It was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go see it, but it's
Wait,
hard.
wait.
Again.
There's a new one.
So
'cause
they
I haven't
came
seen
out
the
with
old new one.
one. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I'm
They
behind.
came out with one. Do you remember what year it was, producer?
They made the one with the all-girl cast.
No, it's after that.
It's after that.
They made
Wait,
a
there's-
really good
There's
reboot.
3 new ones.
No. Okay, so there's the all-girl cast that's been several years ago.
Okay.
And then within the past Okay, it's called Afterlife 2021
Yeah,
and
see,
it
I haven't
had
seen that one.
oh my gosh, it's great.
I
Like,
heard. No, I heard it was good.
They
Put it
did
on
a
the
really
list.
good job.
Well, I did. What platform is it on? Does anybody know? Because the platforms I have, I've
No,
not
I don't
seen
know.
it.
I've not seen it.
We'll
I
find
got
it.
Paramount. I got Peacock.
I mean, you're probably gonna have to go to Hulu, Netflix, or
It's good.
I don't have
TV.
Hulu or
It's
Netflix.
good. And the
Okay.
same
It might be
cast.
on
Paul
Disney
Rudd's
Plus.
in it.
See, that's
Bill
my
Murray's
problem. I've
in
got
it.
the sports subscriptions. I don't get the other things.
Yeah.
It's they're let's see, the great uncle, grandson of Egon, I think. So it's
Harold Ramis.
Yeah, who had
Huh.
passed, right? And it's awesome. We loved it with the kids, so we got to go back and watch the new one.
Okay.
but I haven't heard anything about
Afterlife.
it.
That's the-
Afterlife,
and then there's a new
Ghostbusters
one after
Afterlife.
that.
There's one
And then
coming out
there's
now.
One that has just come out.
That
Hey, Roddy McCann,
blown my mind. Hey, Rodney.
Rodney!
studio audience,
Love
Roddy
that guy.
McCann.
Love that guy.
Can I hear he's just a great studio audience member?
He is. He's
I
really
hear that.
good. He participates in all kinds of things. I need to go back and actually watch all the Dune. I want to watch the Dune stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm
I
not
don't remember
into
the original
stuff.
Dune.
I don't. I
Yeah,
just
the original stuff,
I keep seeing people put straws in their nose, pretending to be the little like thing that they have in the movie. I don't know. I don't
Oh, I
understand.
see, yeah.
I don't get it because I don't know anything about Dune.
So that's Spice Wars, and I think the spice is basically a drug.
Oh,
I think. I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
makes sense.
Somebody's
Correct.
going to have to educate me about that. Well, okay, Chris says I'm right.
No, that is, yeah. That's,
Yep. So now I know.
okay. So I've got a topic I want to discuss. Let me give you a topic.
Let's talk about it.
Let me get some coffee.
Coffee
here.
talk.
It's coffee talk. Here we go. So, I do have to say this. I did see a funny video yesterday, and it was a lady, and she was in German, and she had a German accent. She was like, "We just don't have good bagels in Germany." And this Jewish guy came on, and he goes, "Honey, you don't get to have good bagels. You don't get those good bagels. What you guys did, you don't get good bagels.
No bagels.
There's no bagels." It was hilarious. And I was like, "Fair enough."
Justin's, we got some.
Okay,
Thanks,
Justin knows. Okay, we obviously are not in tune to Dune, so we don't
said
know.
it. I knew it.
Chris knew. Chris knew.
Topic
Discussion
discussion
still the
school-
worst movie ever.
Oh, interesting. Oh, but so here's the topic of I'm not going to be able to come up with the worst movie ever. So
I can think of a couple.
the question that was posed yesterday on the Rogersville Residence page was basically this guy had an interesting point. He said he was from Indianapolis, where they're big basketball people, and they have a lot of pickup basketball games. And so he wasn't saying like your normal standard, like we need a pool, we need all this stuff. He was just saying, hey, is there, what is kind of the community's thoughts on a rec center? And I think in general, a lot of the community thinks, yeah, it'd be nice to have a rec center. And then I think there's another portion of the community who thinks, I don't want to pay the taxes or whatever associated with a rec center. And that was basically the gist of the comments was, why are you leaving big places and coming to a small place and trying to make it a big place? And, why we don't want to pay more taxes, or, oh my gosh, we need a rec center so bad. I drive 30 minutes to this place and this place. So it's kind of a half and half deal. And it was just, it was an interesting thought to me.
Well, I think there's a couple interesting things about that to me. One is that immediately people think it has to be taxpayer supported. It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It can be community supported.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's actually one of the conversations I have with Carol on a regular basis on our Monday evening show. Is like, we don't always have to look to the government for the answer for every single thing.
Yeah, in fact,
we can
Correct.
do
Let's
things
please
without the
stop
government.
doing that.
Amen.
Great.
Preach to the
Right.
choir.
We're in a big pickle
Right.
because of that.
We can do things as a community without government involvement, and we're a lot better off when we do that.
Yeah.
The other issue I think with that, and I don't know, but is like, well, yeah, we need a rec center as long as it's all mine and I'm in control and we only do what I say.
Yeah.
We've got that element too. That's like I'm not going to cooperate with anybody else. I just have to be in charge, and
Yeah.
then it's okay. So we have to overcome that a little bit.
But it begs an interesting question. It's like Rogersville is going to grow. It is.
It is. Sure.
It is.
When
It
they're building
has.
how many
It's
new
growing.
houses over
Yeah.
there?
It has. So I don't really understand it's not just we don't want to grow. We've moved here to pay less taxes. Well, I mean, and I get that if they're saying if someone's moved from California,
Right,
yes, you're
yeah,
paying less
yeah.
taxes. But Rogersville doesn't have less. Our sales tax rate is not less than other places. I think it's like the highest in Webster County, I think. I know you pay, and I could be wrong there, so don't misquote me. I probably am wrong. But it's not cheap. I know our sales
There you
tax
go.
are not cheap.
Shauna's got an idea for you.
I know. In the old church on Main Street. Yes, I agree.
Interesting.
But, it's kind of like, I think people are missing the point. I think it depends on what age of life you're in. Because, like, if you're driving, like, I know a lot of people who are driving kids to Springfield and Stratford
Sure.
every day. And I think people are missing the point that when you're driving your kids out of your community, you're not spending your money there, and your kids are probably not going to come back to your community at the end of the day. Like when they have the option. If you're always leaving Rogersville to go do things, what's going to bring them back to want to invest in their community in the future?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we want a rec center, I mean, and you don't want taxes, figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that's kind of what we do.
Well,
Yeah.
Case in point, I mean, when Story Church first
Coffee shop.
started, we
Yeah.
were meeting at the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. We identified Rogersville as the community we wanted to put our roots in. And so we said, okay, if we're coming here, we want to be a blessing to the town. We don't
Yeah.
want to just add to, we're one more church. It's just, we want to bless the community by our presence. And so we began asking the question, how can we bless the community? And the three things we kept hearing was, we wish there was a coffee shop
Yeah.
where we could just sit down and have a conversation. And at that point, there wasn't even one coffee shop in town. And
No.
so we came in response to that and opened up Storytime Coffee Company, because there was not a quiet place where you could have a business meeting or sit down
Yeah.
and just work and enjoy anyway, or have conversation or a Bible study, or, like Appleseed meets there just
Yeah.
about every Friday. So a community networking space. And so we'll host the chamber lunch
Yeah.
here in a couple of weeks. So we just responded. But the other thing we kept hearing was, we want a sit down breakfast joint. Thankfully,
Check.
somebody finally put that in, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing was, we wish there was a rec facility, a
Yeah.
community building. And we truly were interested in that. We just, that cost,
Oh, it's a lot.
that's
It's a ton.
multi-million-dollar
Yeah.
project to do it even close to right. And so, but we weren't against it. And so I think, I was at a church, my very first church I ever served in. Somebody donated, I don't know, it was like $2 million. Back then we had 2 basketball courts and a racquetball court, a weight room, and a rec room. Like $2 million can't touch that
No.
anymore, but it'd be more like $6 million now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but it was a blessing. That was in Cassville, Missouri, and at the time they didn't have a community building. Now they have a YMCA, but that was it. And so it was it met a need, but that was a donation that somebody gave. And so to your point, Will, if people want to pool their money
Sure.
Yeah.
and give to a nonprofit like Community Foundation of the Ozarks, or to a church,
Community Foundation of Rogersville.
Yeah,
I wouldn't give
Rogersville,
it down
sorry.
to Community Foundation of the
right?
Ozarks.
Sorry, that's a sub
It's a sub of
right
that.
of that.
Yeah.
But
Which
my point is
problematic in and of itself at that point.
my point is the community can come together and do something.
For sure.
Without having to tax the people more. And so it is frustrating to hear people just go to that immediately. If we just raise taxes, we could build one.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, historically speaking, I'm going to roll back. Grunkle Will's here. I've been here for 50 years. 30 years ago, I was part of a group.
What is the story on this?
30 years ago, I was part of a group.
Okay.
That I even think we had an organization formed. I probably did it.
Yeah.
The goal was to build a community center.
Yeah.
And it just never got off the ground. You just never could get any.
Just
Was it
couldn't get-
fundraising or concept, or who's going to run it? What was the what was
it's
the wall
been
you ran
long
up
enough
against?
ago.
Probably all those things.
Yeah, it's been long enough ago. I can't really put my finger on it, but ultimately, I think it comes down to it was fundraising. I mean,
Yeah.
somebody's got to put in $1.
Yeah, which
and
is
somebody's got to.
typically a pretty. You need a sizable chunk on that first gift.
Yeah, you need something
Yeah,
to get
you need
going.
something that people
Yeah.
go yes, or you need or you need a lot of people giving a little.
Right.
But you've got to have a number that people look at it and go, "Oh, I think that could make that happen." And I mean, I kind of remember looking around the room, and I mean, I'm 23 at that point. I can write the bylaws. I got a law. I got a law degree at that, but I don't have a lot of money to put in at that point.
Yeah.
But I'm looking around the room at people that could, and there's like, we want this, but it's like you have to put your own money in. You
Right.
have to.
Yeah.
If you want this, you have to invest in it.
Well, when I was back when my kids were little and I was coaching club soccer, I met the guys who at that point were Springfield Soccer Club, which became Sporting Springfield, an affiliate of the Kansas City sporting team and the professional MLS team. But the reason I met them was because they approached us about land at the church. Could we rent this and create a soccer, infrastructure with 3-4 fields? That didn't end up happening because they hit a fundraising wall.
Yeah.
Fast forward 8 years, and they finally got to sit down with Bobby Allison
oh my gosh.
before he
yeah.
passed away, and then Bobby put in the money.
Wow.
And next thing you know, they've got a world-class, soccer / flag football /
that guy did
basketball
is
/
unbelievable.
volleyball. Yeah, Sportstown is an amazing deal. Unfortunately, whereas the initial concept was on land here in Rogersville, there was no money there, and now it's all the way out by the airport. So we have soccer families in Rogersville that are driving 30 to 35 minutes
to get out there.
to get there for practice, whether you do flag football or they're playing 417 volleyball club or Sporting Springfield. It's a haul. And just think for a minute, we were this close to having something like that here.
Yeah.
But it comes down to vision, and people give to vision.
True. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to believe in it. They want to put their money there.
Well, you got to be able to work together. And it is an interesting, I don't know, it's just an interesting thing that comes up on the page from time to time, because it's just like, I don't think anybody moves. Rogersville is not like Houston, Missouri, which is where I'm from. Houston, Missouri isn't, well, it's 45 minutes from Rolla. It's an hour and 15 minutes from Springfield. Nobody moves to Houston with the idea that this one day is going to become a big place. I think most people understand that when they move to Rogersville, it's not an isolated small town.
Unless you're from South Korea.
Yes. Unless you can't. I made my journey over the Ozark Mountains in a covered wagon.
Barely made it over the pass.
I got dysentery. I'm down in the bowl and I can't get out. But I think it's a little false reality to believe that this place will not be big someday, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean,
you understand. I mean, Springfield at some point will have a population of, 1 million.
I think that's
2
very
million.
possible.
Holy
guacamole.
But that's just what happens. And so, yes, you cannot avoid urban sprawl, and some people aren't going to like that, and they're going to push it out to Fordland and then Seymour and then Mountain Grove. I just don't want to be a part of a big town.
Well, just think about, drive into Kansas City. You pass through 7 different municipalities
that are all
huge, right next to each other, that are all essentially part of Kansas
City. They all
City.
have a Chick-fil-A.
Well,
and they all have a municipal court, and they all write traffic tickets.
Happily.
I've been to all of them.
Well, it's like we have Springfield, and then we have Ozark, Nixa, blown up, Republic, blown up. So we've got basically Willard's left, Rogersville, and then of course you've got the Stratford, and Stratford's kind of a different bird because it's on I-44, right? That's kind of an interesting setup.
We're going to be on I-60, so
yeah, that's right.
Yes, that's true. So like I said, I'm not sure that argument holds water of this is a small, quiet town. No, this is 10 minutes from Springfield, and Springfield's coming this way. I mean, it's oozing this way.
It just got closer with the closing of the stoplight at 125. That just made Springfield, 5 minutes closer.
And let me tell.
Makes all the difference.
Here's my take on that, and it's not just the light being gone. And I know people hate that the turns are closed. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Things go so much faster without those turns.
Yeah, it's not just the bridge.
So much safer.
Right. Yeah, you're not fearing for your life when somebody at the last minute decides, oh, I'm in the left lane and I'm turning left.
I got to turn S&H.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my gosh,
so I'm going to slam on my brakes, and then the second before I turn, put my turn signal on.
Yeah, right.
It's signal, then brake. Signal, then brake.
But that's gone, and so one, you're not fearing for your life. 2, you're flowing at the same speed.
So much difference.
Yeah.
And honestly, I argue that the crossovers, if you will, being closed, have positively affected traffic just as much as the lack of a light.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I can't wait for the day when it is I-60 and those are permanently closed.
I'm sorry, it's not safe. I understand it's inconvenient. It is not safe.
After Rogersville is fine, but from
it's
this
not
way,
safe.
It's just there's too much traffic.
It's not safe.
It is scary.
Like my folks live at 186 and 193, so I'm making that trek home.
Right.
And the first time I did it, when they had closed them, I was like, this is I don't have anxiety. Like, I'm just on the road. I'm driving. Nobody's slamming on their brakes in front of me. This is amazing. And it was kind of a game changer. So I don't know which ones they plan to reopen and which ones will stay closed. But and I mean, I'm sorry, they got to get rid of that one at Highland Springs. It's terribly dangerous.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Terribly dangerous.
Well, and if
But-
you'll notice, all of those, if you're coming from Springfield to Rogersville, a lot of those crossovers have no U-turn signs on them.
yeah.
And people ignore them routinely, and that's a wildly dangerous thing to be doing.
Well, it's like I know it's been a struggle with your church there. I mean, because it's another one of those spots that, and I'm sure it's a huge inconvenience for everybody.
You know, it's actually because of the number of people we have coming now, it's actually probably been a blessing because,
Somebody's going to die.
yeah, we were having huge traffic
That
backup.
205 used to give me such anxiety.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's no good.
We were having huge backups on 60 at 205, people trying to get to church. And now, it's with that crossover closed, everybody coming from the Springfield area has to exit at VV, or not
NN.
NN and J, and come in the back way, which is what we've been telling them to do for a year. But nobody would do it.
Yeah,
because
so they had to.
forget or whatever. But now they have to, and it's made things way safer.
Yeah.
Way safer.
I don't know. I just, like I said, I think if you move out into the middle of nowhere, you can pull the we don't want to be big card. I think
You're 10 minutes from Springfield. It's hard to complain.
It's hard to be like, we don't want to be big. Well, you moved 10 minutes from Springfield. You know that that's a chance. Now, and I get it, though. If you've lived here your whole life, and, you know, when it was very small, because, I mean, it's grown significantly since I've
Sure. Yeah,
lived
me
here.
too. Yeah.
So, I mean, it is happening. There's no stopping it. It's just a matter of getting control of how it happens.
Well, I've done a fair amount of work in the nonprofit world. In fact, I kind of have a policy if somebody comes and they want to form a nonprofit and I like their vision, I believe it's a good vision, I'll generally donate my services and just pay for the filing fees. I'll do the lawyer part. I won't charge you for that. But I have a speech I give everybody when I do this. I said, listen, this little project you've got, it's a great idea. It's your baby. You have a wonderful vision for it, and it's all yours until you make it a 501c3, and then you gave it away. It is not yours anymore, and you need to understand that you gave it up, and you can be fired the next day, and you need to be okay with that.
Because you have to have a board, and you're accountable to that board.
And you need to be okay with that because I've seen so many nonprofits that started, and the founder has got a stranglehold on it,
Yeah.
and it's inevitably going to result in a problem because you're the founder, great, but you've got $10 million of other people's money. They're pretty interested in what's going on too.
Yeah, if I'm donating, I want to see that it's going the right
Well,
way.
and you're giving away your ability. You have to show accountability at that point,
Absolutely.
right? You have to be transparent. You
Yep.
have to put it all out there if you're going to do that. And transparency is so important anytime you're doing anything nonprofit wise. And
I think it's important in life.
it is
just in
absolutely
general.
important in life. Well, I mean, I had to send a text message yesterday. It was a real estate situation, and I literally started with, to be fully transparent, I do not work on this type of property very often. And and it was a long message with a lot of information. I probably am not the right person because I'm very busy right now, and this isn't my specialty.
It's going to take me more time to do that job
To figure
because
this out.
I have to learn it as I go.
Learn it as I go,
Yeah.
and it was further away than I can easily go right now with what's going on in my life, and I'm just like,
It's a beautiful thing when you learn to say no.
yeah, and it
Especially
was
based
hard.
on that analysis of I know what I'm good at and I know what is foreign to me.
And what's hard though is the people that they won't let you say no or are resentful that
But
you
you're
did.
a lawyer. You should know how to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, but there's like 20 different specialties here.
yeah,
That's
and
not one
we're
of
not
mine.
allowed to call ourselves specialists. That's a whole nother goofy rule. I mean, I
Right.
can't even claim to be a legal expert, technically.
it's interesting.
It's those. Well, that's a whole nother conversation that's not interesting at all to anybody watching this show. But,
Yeah. But no, transparency is very, very important. And, learning what information that, to put out there, I guess that comes with a level of maturity, I think. I don't know. Where you just have to say, listen, this isn't my specialty.
Yep.
I'm not going to be able to help, or I'm not going to be able to provide you what you need.
when,
for this.
when you're no
It
longer
usually-
interested in being confidently wrong.
Yeah,
Lauren.
I was going to say, it usually comes down to tough lesson learned. Like,
Yeah.
I thought I needed to say yes to everything, and then I discovered why I need to say no
I
in
have
certain
absolutely become better at
spaces.
saying no over the past couple years. Absolutely. Because it will eat you alive if
But
you don't.
if you want to get something done, find a busy person and get to do it.
That's the other side of it,
Now
Yep.
that's the other side of
for
it.
sure.
Well, we better land the
Circle all
plane.
the wagons.
Good time this morning. So it was a
Happy
lot of fun.
Easter, everybody.
Yeah, have a happy
Happy
Easter.
Easter.
Exciting. That's
Happy
coming up
Holy
on
Week.
Sunday.
We'll be back next week.
Bye, guys.